So this exercise is called single leg standing, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's about standing on one leg. Now, often if people have back pain, hip issues, the tendency to stabilize, to stand on one leg, often will kind of rotate back through the pelvis, and it shows that we're using certain muscles more than others, like for instance, the inner thigh. And that makes a difference at how well our hip actually, the bone of our hip aligns in the socket of the pelvis. So I'm going to show you how to engage the muscles, which were actually activated in the hip hiking exercise. So if you want to find gluteus medius and minimus, go to the hip hiking exercise to find out how to access those muscles a little better. And we're going to ensure those are activated and stabilizing during this exercise. So to start, your feet are going to be about hip width apart. And I want you to bend your knees a little bit and just rotate your thigh bones outwards, and that comes from the hip. You're going to feel the muscle right in here engaged to turn the leg out. And the idea is just, again, so that the thigh bone and knee are pointing in the same direction as the midline of the foot. And that's just to ensure the foot, shin, thigh bone alignment. So I'm just engaging it. And then I'm going to keep that alignment as I straighten up. Now, some people tend to what we call pronate, which is when they drop the arch of the foot and it's a bit flat. And yes, orthotics can be helpful for that, but we can also control the arch of the foot with the muscles that stabilize the hip, the leg, and the foot. So if we bend our legs and rotate out, and think of rotating this shin bone outwards a little bit, you'll see that as I do that, I'm going to keep my big toe grounded, but the arch of my foot's going to lift. And then I want to keep that lift through the arch, the outward rotation here, and straighten the leg. Now, I want to put my fingers on my hip bones and make sure they're pointing straight ahead. So I don't want the opposite hip to come backwards or for it to drop down. So making sure that they're square. And I'm going to engage this muscle gluteus medius and minimus a little bit to ensure that my pelvis is stabilizing well. And that's from the hip hiking exercise. Then once I find that, especially if I'm weak in my core, I'm going to activate transverse abdominis, which can be found in another video, but it's pulling the tummy to the spine. And then I'm going to shift and stand on one leg. I'm going to try to maintain the activation through my hip, keep the alignment, keep the arch lifting, and stabilize.